Hello everyone, welcome back to Carl Fix. Today I'm trying to fix this, which is an aquarium heater because my fish tank is getting cold because this is not actually heating, but it does turn on. So if I just leave that there and plug it in, you can see there that the light's on. The problem is it doesn't get hot, so it will not heat water. It's obviously getting power to it. It's not condensated or cracked, so there must be something stopping it actually heating the membrane, the thermal part of this up. I have tested this in water and in a spare tank and a bucket and everything, and it does not make any difference whatsoever. It's probably my own fault for buying cheap heaters, but that's what I'm going to be trying to fix. So let's unplug it for now and try and take it apart. Right, so I'm not sure if this is sealed at the top. How you would imagine it's pretty hard to get into. So I'm just going to yank it and hope for the best. I thought this will be completely sealed on, but if you give it a twist, it actually pops off with the button. And you can see there, it's just bunged in. I had a quick go at ripping this apart just to make sure I wasn't going to smash it before I put it on the video, but that's just bunged. I expected some silicone or for it to be sealed, so you can just pull it, and as you see, it comes apart. Be careful of the glass tube. And that's just paper. Here's the connections. Well, you can see that. I have to get the flash on because it's a bit dark where I'm filming. But first thing strike me is it looks like there's some corrosion there. How easy it is for you to see it. You can see it. It's like a burnt orangey colour. It's probably better for you to see it there. There, see if you can see that. Looks pretty similar. Solder all looks fine. Capacitor there. I don't see why I'm working. Obviously the bulb's working. You can see that. There's a little pin there. You can just see that pin. Just there. Right where the corrosion is. I don't know whether it's not making a connection because of the corrosion, so what I'm going to do is clean that off. Then I'm going to put it back together and retest it first of all. The back seems fine, everything else seems to be fine, and it's connected. That's the only thing I can think that looks to be problematic with it, is that slight bit of corrosion there. I don't know how good the focus is. You see it's quite orange. So I'm going to clean it up, put it back together, and we're going to give it a test. So I'm just going to use a bit of IPA and just trusty old just a coarse brush. It's a bit dirty now from previous adventures, but we're just going to rub it on, see if it cleans it up or not. It does actually look a lot less orange. See some scoring on the metal there, but it does look less orange. Hello everybody, I'm back and we've got a bucket of water out to test the heater. As you can see, the orange light is on there, so there is power getting to it. So we'll leave that in there for a good half an hour or so. We'll just test the temperature with the trusty laser water temperature gauge. So it's 12.1 at the minute. We'll see if we can come back. It should heat that up pretty quickly because there's not much water in there, only about maybe 6 or 7 litres. So it shouldn't take too long, and it is cranked up right to 30, so we should see a dramatic increase within about half an hour or so. And as we're near my fish tank, I'll show you it. Got plenty of plants in there. There's a platy, a neon tetra. There's my male guppy. Baby guppies everywhere in here. There's a baby up there. You gotta have a skull in your tank. And there's my blue pearl gourami. There's also some snails and shrimp in there, and some panda cories. But yeah, we'll leave it there and come back to the water later on. Right, so the heat has been in now for over an hour. You can see it's still on, and I can tell by touching the water it's not changed by much at all. So what is it saying? 13.1. So basically 1 degree. I'd say that's just ambient temperature, as the room is 16 anyway, 17 in here, so it's just an ambient temperature change. So the heater still isn't working, so we have to go back to investigating why. I very much doubt this is fixable, but I thought it'd be interesting to look inside it anyway. So I'll have to unplug this, wait for it to dry, then we can get it back apart and have another look. So here we go again with the heater. It didn't work. I've noticed if you look in here where it screws in, there's a little screw there. If you notice, it goes against that metal. And what it does, if you look down at the other end, is it pushes this along. And there's a contact there, so if I screw it in, you can see it slips down, slides down. And I guess that's maybe how it changes the heat. If the contact is making less of a contact, I guess there's less heat, and if I screw it back out, you'll see it makes more of a contact. It's very, very difficult to show you. So I only film on my mobile phone. You can see it sliding there backwards and forwards just a tiny bit with every twist. So I'm going to try cleaning that contact, and if that doesn't work, I really don't know where to go with this. I guess there's something faulty with the heating element, so we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm just going to try and clean that off. I can't really see this being the problem, to be honest, but may as well give it a go. And if this doesn't work, unless one of you says in the comments, which is unlikely because I've barely got any subscribers, of what could be wrong, I think I'm just going to class this one as a write-off. Because this is a cheap heater I got off eBay anyway. I think it's about a tenner at most. It's lasted a year. So if any of you are into aquariums, you'll know that having a bad heater can kill your fish. So I would suggest spending the extra tenner on a decent branded one up front, instead of trying to skimp on a cheap one like this. It's a Xylong branded one, straight off eBay. I mean, it does the job, it heats the tank, but obviously the longevity of it is not very good. I mean, other people might vouch for him, but... Right, so after the failure of my last two bit of contact cleaning, which didn't work here, so I didn't mention it in the last part of the video, it's the next day now, but the cleaning the contacts didn't work. But after taking it back and looking just at this heating area, I did notice something that probably is quite major. If you look down at this bottom end, it looks like it's all intact. You can't see anything's broken. But if I can just find the correct... I've got to find it again now. So I put it back how it was. I should have probably counted how many it was, but it's actually... the element is broken somewhere. There it is, look, as you can see, it's come apart. Well, you probably could see if I was aiming it at the camera. As you can see there, it's split. It's not connected to the other side. There you go. See, I can pick it up. It's not connected. Could unwind this. Where's the other side of it? It's very difficult to work with this thing because it's really awkward. As you can see there, the other side where it's broken, right in there. The other side's broken there. So there and there are not connected. And the way this works is there's two metal prongs here with a connector, and one's connected at the top and it loops all the way around, and at the bottom it goes in and it goes back up through the middle and connects to the other to make, I guess, a full circuit. And obviously the circuit is broken down here now, which may be the reason why it is not working. So for a temporary fix, I'm just going to twist these together, put it all back together, put it in the trusty bucket again, and see if it actually heats. Because if this is not the fault, an actual break in the line, then I have absolutely no idea what the fault is, and I will be leaving it at that. Because like I said in the last bit, it's not even worth it. But after finding this, I thought, well, you know, I may as well give it a shot. So I'm going to try and get these to fix together, which is probably going to be really hard to film. I'll try and zoom in a bit. So it's these two here. I'm going to try and use these tiny pliers just to try and, just for now, knot them together. Just try and make a contact. It's really difficult. Just going to twist it like that, and hopefully can push it back into its cavity area. It won't touch any of the other coils, just like that. So they should definitely be connected now. I don't know if you can see there. Should definitely be contact between them both. Snip it together a little bit more, just to make doubly sure. As you can see there, try and zoom right in. There, right there. Is where I've made the contact there. Shoved it in. They're definitely touching. I can see it with my eyes here. So let's roll with that. Put it back together and we'll go for the test. Right everyone, so here we are back at the bucket for the final test. The light is on. I just haven't put the piece of paper wrapping in. And yeah, let's see what the water temperature is again. Now, 11.6. But I think, I don't know, it's very difficult for you to see down there. But you can see a bit of red on the heating element. So I think that break is possibly the cause. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move that rubber thing out of the way. You see that it's lit up red down at the bottom. So it is heating. See if I turn the... You can it's very difficult for you to see. Let's see if I turn the flash off, because I'm filming in my kitchen, there's literally no light. You probably can see it better now. The red in the element down there. So it looks like that break in the element does look like it was the cause of this heater's problem. How that broke, no idea, because it's in a sealed unit. Maybe it's just overheated and given way. The heat has broken it. As you can see, temperature's 12.3 already. So what I'm going to do, let's point it straight at it. But see, it's rising up all the time already. So I'll leave this for, I don't know, 10 minutes and I'll come back here. You can really see the element's red now. So this is definitely heating and it looks like it's definitely fixed. So I'll be back in 10 to check the water temperature and we'll see if we're definitely good to go or not. Right, so I'm back at the heater now. It's been about 5 or 10 minutes, but you can clearly see it's working there. Let's check the temperature of the water. As you can see, it's already up to 20. I mean, there's barely any water in here. There's only probably 4 or 5 litres max. And I've got it cranked up, the heater right up to full blast, so 30 odd degrees before it switches off. But it looks like that's a successful fix, which I'm extremely surprised about. I was ready to write it off till I found that broken heating element. I wouldn't really advise anyone fixing these, and I won't use it in my main fish tank. I might use it to heat water for water changes for my water, but outside with my RO water and whatnot in it. But I wouldn't use this as a permanent heater anymore. I would advise going to buy a new one. They're like, what, £15, £20 for a branded heater. I would advise anyone does that rather than buying a cheap one in the first place, and especially using one you've repaired. But I thought it was interesting to see inside them and how they work and what is likely to break. So if you enjoyed the video, remember to hit like, favourite and subscribe. And I'll try and get another video out a little bit quicker than this one. But I haven't had a lot of stuff to fix and I've been busy at work. So anyway, hit me up in the comments section if you've got any questions. Cheers for subscribing. I think I'm nearly at 30 subscribers, which is great. So thanks to everyone and peace.